If you're an ambitious woman and you feel like you have done everything you're supposed to do financially, but wealth still feels like it just isn't coming together, well, this video is for you. And I want to be clear from the start. This has nothing to do with your level of intelligence at all. My name is Stephanie, and I am the founder of Position for Wealth. I help ambitious professional women just like yourself move beyond budgeting so that you can turn your income into long-term wealth with clarity and with confidence. And this is a conversation I have all the time with women who are doing very well in their careers, but they are quietly saying to themselves, I've been working for too long and for too hard. Why don't I have anything really to show for it? And I should be further ahead by now. Trust me, trust me, trust me. It's not just you, it is because of the design. You see, you did what you were told to do. You were told to go to school. You started your career. You started to climb the corporate ladder and to increase your income. So logically, wealth should be or should feel closer than it does right now. But instead, you might feel unsure about whether you're allocating your money correctly or hesitant about making bigger financial decisions or like investing your money now in the market. Like your income hasn't translated into real wealth. The gap between your effort and the results you are seeing in your accounts is a little unsettling. But here's the truth, ladies, it's something that is rarely said out loud. Just because you're making good money does not automatically translate that into building wealth. And let me say that again. Just because you are making a lot of money or good money, that does not mean that you're actually building wealth. Your income gives you the capacity to build wealth. It gives you the capacity to do two things: to fund your lifestyle and to build wealth. However, without any clarity and without strategy, you really don't have the direction to build the wealth, only to just fund your lifestyle. And most financial advice is designed to help people just get by. You're taught to survive, to pay your bills on time, to stay afloat. And those things do matter. They are extremely important. They're necessary. But when your money is only focused on survival, it is not positioned for it to work for you so that you can eventually not continue to work for it. It is not positioned to grow. It is not positioned to multiply. And once you turn that around and your income starts to grow, the challenge then changes. You're no longer trying to just survive. The challenge becomes making sure that you're in the right position to be able to accept those opportunities to build wealth. Now, there are three real reasons why you often aren't building wealth, despite having a good income. The first reason is there is no clear money plan. You've got income, you've got the expenses, but you don't have a clear and intentional plan that tells your money where it should be going every month. You should be telling your money exactly what to do so that it supports you not only short term, but long term. You might not even have a full picture of your actual financial state. You might not be clear on your real goals. So that can get in the way. And sometimes, let's be honest, you might be managing your money in your head, right? Your bills are getting paid. You're saving something time, but you're not directing your money in a way that helps it grow over time. Every dollar needs a job, and that job either is to intentionally support your lifestyle now or to build wealth in the future. To start making your money truly make more money, because ladies, it is a thing. And without that clarity, your money starts to drift. The second reason is you were never taught how wealth actually works. Not in school, not at your job, and not even from most traditional financial advice. In fact, some of the earliest advice many of us received was to take out student loans, right? To invest in your education. And investing in yourself is important. Don't get me wrong. So I don't want to give that impression. That is important to invest in yourself. But let's be clear, they want their money back. So once you start earning, it competes with your income is now competing to pay off that debt and also fund your lifestyle and build wealth. But the reality is, wealth is built by buying assets. So if you're only allocating a small portion of your income to assets, let's say the standard traditional advice is 10%, and that's probably 10% to saving. And so 10% towards savings or an investments. It's no wonder it feels like it's taking so long, because 10% is, 10%. Now, don't get me wrong, any amount going toward any assets is a good thing. This is a part of why you might not be building wealth at the rate that you expect. And the third reason is lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation quietly replaces intentional wealth building. As your income grows, it's natural for your lifestyle to also grow too. You want nicer things, nicer experiences, more travel, a better home. That's normal. But when those upgrades happen without an intentional strategy behind them, your lifestyle can quietly outpace building wealth. Right now, your expenses are still the same as your income, and there's no gap to really start to build wealth intentionally. And so that's when you start to feel behind and not feel like you have any wiggle room. The reason why I can share this is because I know it firsthand. I've lived it, I've been through it. I've earned good money, and it still felt like I was living on the edge financially. I was truly living paycheck to paycheck. From the outside, it probably looked like everything was fine. But the reality was, I was in debt, up into the tune of about $60,000 in debt. And I did not have a clear, intentional wealth strategy that I was actually following. And what changed everything for me wasn't earning more money. It wasn't trying to be stricter. It wasn't even about working harder. What changed everything for me was truly getting honest with myself and getting clear. Your mindset is probably one of the first things that you have to do to change your financial situation. And I know it sounds counterintuitive, but your mindset is the first point. And then getting clear about what I was actually doing financially. And I had to decide that enough was enough. Because here's the truth, your numbers do tell a story. The data shows you the path that you're on. And if nothing changes, you can pretty much predict what the outcome will be. Once I saw that clearly, I had to decide what mattered most at that stage in my life, right? Was I going to continue down that same path of just spending, getting in debt, and working for the rest of my life? And I decided that I didn't want that. That meant that I needed to get my finances in order. I needed to pay down this debt. I needed to create breathing room in my finances. That way it could give me options to now invest in different assets. For example, for me, it was real estate. Then I was learning how to really position myself to support long-term goals and not just feel like it was a short-term relief, but my long-term goal was to create positive cash flow outside of my job. And real estate became one of those ways I intentionally did that. That shift from reacting to now being in position is what changed everything. So if you're watching this and thinking, this sounds like me, or I can relate to this, I want you to, you're not behind. You're not so far behind where you are, right? And you're not even failing. You're simply operating without a framework or a system that enables you to reach your financial goals. And once that changes, everything else becomes easier to navigate. So if you made it this far in the video, I want you to take this as an invitation to just pause and really reflect on how your money is currently being positioned. Don't judge yourself and don't become overwhelmed with yourself. Just be honest, because clarity always comes before the transformation. Once you understand why just earning money hasn't really turned into wealth, you're in a much better position to start making intentional decisions going forward. In the next videos, we're going to talk about what it actually looks like to move from earning wealth to building wealth on purpose. So if this conversation spoke to you, make sure you're subscribed. We are just getting started, because wealth isn't built by accident. It's built with intention and being in the right position. See you next video.